It was something that we hadn't done before. We've bought, multiple properties but have never sold one. And so this was the first time for us, and I think we really were, feeling the pressure of not knowing what we were doing. I really searched around quite a long time to find, the right one for us. And when I came across Andrew, the others just fell away basically. His, enthusiasm and, he really knows his stuff. So we went with him without hesitation. Andrew came to it with an enthusiasm that, you don't see very often in everyday life. Not only did he know his stuff, but, he wanted to sell it with us. He really wanted to be there. It wasn't, at no time in the process, at any stage did I feel like it was a chore for him. He actually seemed to be loving it every step of the way. So I think that was what was stand out, was that not only was everything covered at every stage, but, he seemed to be loving it. Our tenant was in there for quite a long time and she was having some issues with moving, so we were delaying Andrew all the time, which I felt quite bad about, but he was really good about it, didn't have a problem with. And when we finally did have the tenant leave, he came and had a look for us and pointed out all the things that he thought we needed to really work on and do some work to, which for us was a bit of a and I was a bit, really, should we? And he said, look, it's totally up to you, but if you want the best result, like this is what we'll do. I trusted him and said, all right, that's what we'll do. We went to a first open. It sold at first open, higher offer than what we were even after. So it was a spectacular result. When Andrew called me, it was like he kind of did the big lead in, like they do on TV. Now, I'll just give you this news and this news. Then when he told me, I was amazing, yeah, really happy. When he came back with the result, we were over the moon. This made us feel, amazing, because what it meant was that getting that extra, and at the first open, when it's a rental property, we were losing rent. Each week it was on the market, we were losing rent. And, Andrew said to us, I'll get this job done. And, I hoped, but I didn't actually, at any time, think it would sell at first open. I didn't at any time think it would sell over, what it was, what we were even really after. And so it was an amazing result, and, we couldn't have been more grateful. In fact, I went home and typed up a huge testimonial for him straight away. We've got a couple of other properties, I was already thinking, what's the next move? We will buy again. How's Andrew going to help us in that? He's part of the family now, so. I think the amazing result that we got out of the process has allowed us to have that little bit more freedom with, what's our next step. I'll be coming back to Andrew shortly to let him know that, we're now looking for another property, and hopefully he'll help us in that process as well with taking us to, his other clients and what they've got available on the market, because I know the process will be smooth and enthusiastic. I would recommend Andrew to everybody. I already have, to be honest. 3 words to describe Andrew: enthusiastic, committed, and passionate, definitely.